are you?
My name is Lorenzo Gamble. I'm the police commissioner in San Andreas.
In the hierarchy of law enforcement, where are you?
I am the commissioner, so I am at the top. If you look at the police department like a pyramid scheme, I'm the top of the pyramid.
And what does a commissioner do?
Basically, I oversee all law enforcement agencies in the state, um, limited to any that we have, as well as any that might be popping up in the future. I'm the final say on most decisions and all, pretty much all decisions made in the state. Um, and just, uh, I'm like, I'm like Big Brother. I'm always watching.
Do you happen to know when the police force was established in San Andreas?
Yeah. So, in its current iteration, moving past its former defunding, um, it reestablished this police force in July of 2023. However, the first establishment occurred in 2021 December, I think.
Why and or how did you become a police officer?
Well, for me, um, I grew up an abnormal case of someone to become a police officer. Now, my father, my father worked for the union. He was a union guy, a hardworking construction guy from New York. He actually was in the waste management business, and he used to paint houses. He was a great guy, a great man. My mother, I didn't really know her too well, but she was like a Russian supermodel, and yeah. So I have, my whole life, I probably was not the guy to pick to be a cop. Actually, when I was younger, I got in a lot of trouble, but the great law system and expungements, as well as, you know, the great judges back in Liberty City, I was able to get out of that. So I have a brother. His name's Leon. He took over the family business and waste management. He's currently serving a life sentence. I chose a different route. I wanted to go a route because I watched Miami Vice back in the day, and it made me a happy kid. So I said, "Fuck it, let me try being a law enforcement officer." Now here I am.
What is your personal history of law enforcement? Like, where did you start off and how did you get to the rank of commissioner?
So actually, a long time ago, back in the day, I flew into this wonderful city we have here, and I, didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. I was wandering around the streets, got kidnapped a few times, actually got beat up by Tyrone Biggums himself. Then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to be the little guy here. So I pull up to the Mission Road Police Department station. I sit in that lobby for 3 hours. 3 hours I sit there, just sitting there waiting, hoping something's going to happen. And then I see this one officer and another one that was wearing this weird little captain's hat. And I see them outside and I see them talking to this chick, flirting with her. And then I hop in and I make a little, I show them that, I got a little talent and they ask me why I'm here. And I say, look, I'm trying to work here. And they bring me in for an interview. Of course, as always, I nail the interview. You know who those officers end up being? Those officers end up being Bartoli Cannoli and Barry Cades. They gave me an interview. They gave me my first shot in this county. And the rest is history. I
Awesome.
rose through the ranks. I disappeared, went into a coma for a while, and then came back and took the police department back over. Go on, Bill.
All right. Oh, nice. Okay, that's not creepy at all, Russ. Okay. Um, are you ready for your last question?
I'm ready.
As an officer of the law, what do you think is your greatest strength and what is your greatest weakness you bring to your role within your department? Because, a weakness can still be a strength that makes you vulnerable and makes other people relate to you.
Okay. So, yeah, as a man in power, and the reason I'm able to stay in power is because I identify my weaknesses and I'm not afraid of them. My number one weakness is women. It always has, it always will be. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you know, Women are my overall weakness, and gambling. Gambling's another big weakness I have. I would never do anything to jeopardize the department by putting all that money on red. But it's definitely a weakness. It does occupy a lot of my free time. So do women. So it just narrows down the window of time that I have to do my job. But I do work hard. I do work hard. Now, if I have to say strength, uh, I'm a natural born leader. I'm a politician at heart. I'm able to talk to people. I'm a good diplomat. I'm good at creating conflict resolution. I literally have the gift of gab. I could talk to anybody about anything. And I'm very approachable for someone in a high stature position. Anybody can basically come up and talk to me and have a conversation. So I use that to my greatest advantage.
So this is my office.
Mhm.
This is where the magic happens. Like pretty much.
Mhm.
This is where this computer right here is where I'm able to see all the officers on the streets with their body cams.
Oh, okay.
I get all my calls here. I'm able to tell everybody where to go. This is pretty much the heart of the operation.
Nice. And who is your coworker over here?
So this lady here is Cassandra. Hi, Hi, Cassandra. She's a mute actually, but
Oh,
she's pretty nice. A little weird sometimes. I don't really like to talk to her, but
yeah.
she's okay. She pretty much is like the security guard. Stands here,
Oh, and
make sure no
protects
crime
you.
happens.
Oh,
Yes.
nice, nice. Okay.
Thanks, Cassandra.
Who are you?
My name is Jamal Curtis. I bring flavor, style, and the dispatch to the department.
And in the hierarchy of law enforcement, where are you?
Well, some might say low, but I consider myself really high because without me, no one would know where to go. So I kind of like I'm basically the quarterback. I kind of quarterback the offense. Everyone's running routes, and I tell them where to go, and I throw the ball to them.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
so I'm like the quarterback.
and why and how did you start off at this position? What is your position exactly?
Dispatch. And, so I came in to apply to be a police officer, and so after I had an interview, they said they had a perfect position for me. Um, they said it was more my style, my speed, and they put me here in dispatch. This is where all the calls come in. They come to me first.
Awesome.
So if you get in trouble in the streets and call 911, I'm going to get the call first, and then I'm going to give it to the officers.
So, as a dispatch, what do you think is your greatest strength or weakness you bring to your role within the department?
So I'll start with my strength first. I'm really, really, really outgoing, so I'm not afraid to get out there. I'm not afraid to get into the streets and help my fellow coworkers, even though I'm not a sworn police officer. But these guys really mean a lot to me. So not only am I going to dispatch calls to them, but I'm also going to get in the streets and have their backs if they need me. As far as maybe weakness, I'm a little bit of a flirt. I told myself I would never date a coworker, but I'm kind of getting something serious with one of the coworkers here, and it's a little distracting sometimes, but I'm working on it.
Where do you see yourself in your career in law enforcement, or what are your hopes and dreams career wise?
And I see myself literally very soon on the streets. Get off the ground! Get off the ground! Get off the ground! Don't move! Yeah, pretty much doing that kind of stuff.
Bike strips, and we want a clean chase.
Little one by little soul.